Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night so that people will understand and be able to practice all the Tibetan tradition methods of shamanistic Lamaism. To better understand the nature of your mind, which has two natures and they're both inherent, and any obstacles to realizing one of the natures is brought forward from previous lives. That's called karma. So we are in this world. By the way, I'm Mama Tashi. Here we are in this world today with many distractions is the best way to put it. And not understanding that the two natures of your mind and how to remove the obstacle that the distractions present, it comes under the heading of your body, speech, and mind. Now, each of these, the body, the speech, and the mind, each have three wills or powers. The body has its own program. The speech, which is a result of the body, has its own program. And the mind has its own program. The purpose of Tibetan Buddhism is to remove the obstacles or impediments that cause us to not penetrate this illusion. And when I use the word illusion, the simplest way to give you an example is like being in a movie house with 3D movie going on with the glasses. And because of that, you think that what is projected on the screen has some reality, and you react to it by judging it and then emotionally reacting. That's where the problem starts, and that is the cause of all suffering. So to understand this a little better, I'm going to read from Lama Rinpoche's book, The Story of All of Us, which is available. You can order it directly from us or Lama Rinpoche Center or through Amazon. This is on page, this is on page 35. In the practice of the union of the three wills, which are the body, speech, and mind, it helps to understand and deepen the Mahamudra experience of emptiness. Now, these three are the obstacle to the realization of that state of voidness or emptiness that we call the realization of Mahamudra or Dzogchen or the Great Perfection, and many terms, both in Sanskrit and Tibetan. With this practice, rather than giving use to the discursive nature of our mind and let us take us away, only the wisdom's mind's nature is worked with, and that is the other nature of our mind, which is inherent. With this practice, a view is developed that has no subject, no object, and no action. When we have accomplished this realization, we will completely understand what is meant by the illusion. When we have the realization of no subject, no object, and no action, we have realized what it means to gain all the things that we might pray for or wish for, and will have no thought of, I did this or I did that. This is because when we have the ability to let thoughts disappear into voidness with these methods, rather than attaching to them with discursive thought and being imprisoned in the Dharma world. When we liberate thoughts, we do not attach to them. We do not let them carry us away, and we do not judge them. We do not grasp at them in any way. The ability to do this with practice is a sign of the use of the wisdom side of our nature. And there is no limit to that. I put that in. Even all of our good deeds, our acts of generosity, our kind actions, based on kindness, and all the other things that we have done in practice with our body, speech, and mind, we just let go of all of that, not holding on or treasuring them. When the mind remains in this state, that is without any touch of arrogance or judgment, completely humble, we will be left with no subject, no object, and no activity to talk about or think about. This practice is called the union of the three wills. It's very important to help our task of spiritual waking to realize the state of Mahamudra or Dzogchen. Now, the two terms, Mahamudra, is the Kagyu activity of dissolving everything into voidness naturally, not adding or distracting or taking away. So what that means is you just simply rest in the natural state of your mind. This takes practice. And the practice is based on the kindness of the Lama. All Lamas' activity is based on kindness. And with the kindness of the Lama, that he will open the three doors or help to take away the hindrances of your body, speech, and mind so that you can relax and enjoy the natural state, which is bliss. The kindness of the Lama, I'm going to show you a picture. This is my Lama on Maui who came in 1980 and then died in 2001. His name was Lama Tenzin. And he's smiling. But this Lama reeked of kindness, but also extreme wisdom. And he was called the Lama of the 10 obstacles to wisdom because that's what he taught. There, 4 of them apply to the body, 4 apply to the speech, and 3 apply to the mind. And he taught that one constantly, which is how to take away these obstacles of emotionality and replace them with their remedies. So I put his picture here in front of the stupa, but I want you to know where he sits. Lama Rinchen sits on my left shoulder. Lama Tenzin sits on my right shoulder. And the reason he does is because when he was dying, he said, remember, I'm never going away. I'll always be on your right shoulder. So I never forgot that. And I know he is because I use him in practice every day and it works wonderfully. Any Lama opens the door to your natural mind. That's the kindness of all the Lamas, men or women. And each of them have their own set of remedies and lineage, main lineages. And all of this goes back to the Buddha Shakyamuni, who released all of these methods for liberation in India. Then all of that transmission gathered power and energy was taken into Tibet, and now it's global. It's in place, kind of like the web. With that, we have to take refuge. When we take refuge, we're actually taking refuge in our true nature. And it's very much like the nature of the Lama. Lama means honorable mother. Like the mother that created you with the 5 elements. You wouldn't be here without her kindness. So when you take refuge, you can think of the kindness of the Lama in reference to the mother's relationship to her only child or to her children. Now we take refuge. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now altogether take refuge and offer prostrations. We go for refuge to all glorious holy Lamas, We go for refuge to all the deities gathered in our mandala practices. We go for refuge to all Buddhas, those who've conquered the mind and gone beyond the drama mind. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. By the merit of practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, may we attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings, all the animals, all the humans, and all the spirits in the entire universe. And that prayer is called Bodhicitta. The theme of everything you do is from the kindness of the Lama, and this altruistic motivation is the body, head, and heart of the practice. The foot of meditation is avoidance, how to understand and use it. The head of devotion, head of meditation is devotion to the Guru, to the Lama that teaches you these methods. And the heart of meditation is the actual practice, keeping these 2 in mind 24/7. Now I'm going to chant these 3, the altruistic motivation, the 6 supports that we take refuge in, the 3 jewels and 3 roots, and the 6 bodhisattva disciplines as the theme of all our practice in Sanskrit. Dag dong jowa nam ke ta dong yam pe sem chen tam che Dudi ne jung te ji si jeng chu ning po la chi ki bardu. In the refuge. Walden lama dampa nam la chap su chi yo. Yidam chokor gi la so nam la chap su chi yo. Dampe chur nam la chap su chi yo. Dampe gendu nam la chap su chi yo. Bawo gandro shokyo sume sho yeshe ki shindang dimpa nam la chap su chi yo. In the Bodhisattva prayer, Bodhicitta. Sanjay Chudam Chuki Chonam La Jenchu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jenso Jipe Sonam Gi Chola Penjur Sanjay Jupar Sho. And my hands are in this position, the 5 Dhyana Buddhas and the 5 what we call antidotes, the 5 elements, together with voidness in the palm, radiating these 5 energies with our fingers out from the heart mind we are developing to replace the drama mind. The 6 Bodhisattva disciplines that you bring into practice with your body, speech, and mind are based on 2 levels. One is applied to the drama world. The other applies to the wisdom nature of your mind extended to all sentient beings, which is what the refuge, bodhicitta prayer, and the altruistic motivation prayer all generate. So when you say generosity, it's extended out into the drama world around you. Well, you learned how to do that with your own mother and other advisors, being kind, considerate, and so forth, and giving good advice, giving goods when necessary. But the drama mind is what you are accessing with these practices, and you give that either mentally or with your speech or physically, by example, to others. Everybody you have relationship, especially on this planet today, and that's everybody, and all the spirits that inhabit the entire universe, and wherever you might take birth on a planet in future lives, is extended to all the humans and animals on that planet, just like this one. Morality, ethics, and good manners is the second discipline. These are easy, applied on both the wisdom nature and the relative nature, is you don't harm yourself, you don't harm others, and you don't harm your environment. The third one is patience, which is the antidote to many we call disruptive tendencies that we've brought forth with us from previous lives. They follow us like a shadow. And the worst of these is anger. So patience is the antidote to self-hatred, hatred of others, and so forth. But it has many other applications. And the fourth wisdom is diligence in these first three, plus with the Lama's direction, meditate. And when you meditate or focus your mind, learn to hold it single-mindedly for long periods, that's meditation. You learn to use your imagination. Because with focus and the imagination, you can start to more benefit the world around you and the other beings that you have karma with. The sixth Bodhisattva practice is directly to what the Lama's opening these three doors that I mentioned. Enter into the wisdom state of your own natural mind, which is simply a place of no judgment. The drama world, only judgment. Those two are already available to you in your consciousness. The mind is the drama world. No mind is the other nature of everything. Slowly, deliberately, gently, you gather, you practice, and you recreate. We say, transform. Transform what? Your world. You're the boss, and you're completely responsible for it. Only you can do this. And with the help of the Lama, it speeds things right along. So tonight, because of the greatly increasing developments of our planet, which are becoming more and more, I'll use the word, dark side, on all levels of social engagement, religiously, politically, militarily, corporately, socially, in every way. And Padmasambhava, when he took the teachings into Tibet in the 8th century, his purpose was to transform the information for the problems that were developing in that country at that time, and for passing on the information in a way that it became available for each generation up to the present generation. So tonight, we're going to do Padmasambhava practice. And I'll show you a picture of Padmasambhava in union with his consort, Yeshe Sogyal. And then here's another one here showing them in sexual union with the radiance of their energy spiraling out and the radiance of their wisdom from their minds or their heads. So when we do Padmasambhava practice, Om Ahum Vajragu Pema Siddhi Hum is the mantra. The seed soul is the same as the medicine Buddha because he's all Buddha. He brought all the five Dhyana Buddha teachings, all of the Tantric teaching, and all of the Sutra into Tibet. And he generated it through Yeshe Sogyal and many other teachers. And Hung is the seed soul. So I put that here. Also, the first thing he did when he got to Tibet was took one of the king's Taishan Deche's so-called wives, he had many, as a student, a consort, to be taught all of these methods. When that took place, that took 3 years, he came back to the place behind Mount Everest, called the Shang Valley. And the first thing he did is after all the old shaman traditions were replaced by these new methods. And I've told you many times the story of how he took all the killing of animals, humans, and children, reversed all that, and made it easier for them to get the rain for their barley crop. In any case, he built a stupa. And when the king did this, he says, what is this we're building? And he says, it's the mind of all the Buddhas. And he says, you mean your mind? He says, yeah, but he said, yeah, it's my mind, but actually everybody's mind. Because we're all created with the 5 elements, which are the 5 levels of the Supa, and we're all created internally with 5 states of wisdom. And he said the easiest way to understand is that each of these levels is one of those states of wisdom. At the very top is the same awareness that you place on the drama world, now placed on the clear nature of your mind, but not without these 5 elements and 5 wisdoms in place as part of the program. So now I have a text, and this text was helped me created by Lama Tenzin. And he also helped us to create the Tara text and the Chenrezig and Medicine Buddha and many others into our language. But I personally redeveloped this text and had these copies printed up for use here on Kwai, or for any student that wants them. But it covers the whole level of Guru Yoga, because without the Guru's advice in the Tibetan tradition, no progress. Your ego has the power and it cannot be dissolved without the help of the Guru. Transformed is a better way. So now I'm going to read what is called the 7-line prayer of Padmasambhava. And all the Tibetan people could sing and chant this prayer. And they didn't even know the mantra that this was an actual deity practice. And it goes like this. Om Organ Yogi Nutaksha Pema Gesora Zola Yajin Choki Gujune Pema June Jesujo Kordu Kandro Mambo Kor Keki Jesu Dachuki Jingi Loshi Jesu So. So that's the 7 line. Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. And what this says is Hum in my heart, on the northwest border of the country of Kashmir called Oregon, to the Poland heart of the lotus. You attain whom most excellent cities renowned as lotus-born in the human world. You are surrounded by a vast retinue of Dakini. As I practice following in your footsteps, I pray, approach to confer your blessings for us to gain realization of our true nature. Om Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Guru Padmasambhava bestows cities, accomplishments upon me. Then we take into consideration that Yeshe Sogyal was the main benefactor of all of his teachings, and after he left Tibet, she spread it throughout the lands of Tibet and the Himalayan country. And her prayer goes like this. Gal kun ke ku cho yu kun zo mo kun za mo bo pan kur pe ma che cho mo che gu ju so do chen de kan ju so ye she so gal so la so wa de. And what I just said is Dharma Dhatu Kunto Zangmo Vajra Yogini, mother of all the victorious ones. Kind is soul mother who protects the Tibetans and all humans on this planet, even in today. Bestower of most excellent sovereignty of the Dakinis of supreme bliss. Yeshe Sogyal, at your lotus feet I pray. Please confer your blessings to pacify inner, outer, and secret obstacles. Please stabilize the longevity of our Lama Gurus. Confer your blessings which pacify this area of disease, hunger, warfare, famine, drought, the spread of toxins, and the complete disruption of our environment. Confer your blessings which pacify sorcery, hexes, and curses. Confer your blessing which increases longevity, splendor, transcendent knowledge of practice, and long life. Confer your blessing which spontaneously accomplish all of our wishes. That says a lot. Moving right along. Now this next section is the energy of the practice. And you must understand this energy is universal. It has no beginning, middle, or end. It deals with two things. The void nature of the universe and time. Neither of these exists in actuality. So what you're developing here is what is called an infinite timeless awareness. And with energy, you start with the sound awe, which is how the body reacts to these practices by becoming a powerful speech and powerful breath. Awe. Before me in my ordinary form is the Oregon Stainless Lake Dharmakosa. This is in Kashmir. Its profound depths are filled with water of 8 qualities. Within its center is the stem of a jewel lotus with petals unfolded. Upon this Oregon Dorje Chang, Padmasambhava, in whom all sources of refuge converge and emanate outward. So that simply means Padmasambhava took birth in the human condition, but not out of desire, out of loving kindness and altruistic compassion. Upon this Oregon Dorje Chang, in whom all sources of refuge confer, brilliant with the splendor of the 82 major and 32 minor marks or qualities of a Buddha, is embracing Sogyal, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand and a vase with a skull cup in his left. exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone. Within a great expanse of five-colored light, they blaze in the majesty and blessing of supreme bliss. So the skull cup is visualized in the left hand. Actually, the vase is visualized in the left hand in a skull cup, which symbolizes the wisdom and empowerment of the Lama for all of these what we call transmitted lineage teachings and blessings. The right hand holds the Vajra, which is a symbol of the five elements and the five Dhyana Buddhas in union. Where? In your heart. All of this produces a natural, gradual, easy to understand and hard to realize state of insight. I like to use the word intuition because the women that have the power to create humans in this world, like my mother, all of them naturally have insight. Men can develop it, but the women naturally have it. So I say, whenever you want really good advice, find a woman who has insight, intuitive ability. And that's been working for me for 83 years, starting from my own mother. Then I continue on. Oceans of the three roots gather like clouds as the retinue for our taking refuge. All of these wisdom masters gazing upon me bring down a shower of blessings and compassion and loving kindness. To the form of deathless pristine awareness, the essence of all the mind of the victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. My body, wealth, enjoyments, and all virtues gathered in the three times, I offer all of this in the manner of Sumantra's Bhadra's infinite vast clouds of offering, which is the very best of gods and goddesses in the entire universe. I confess with exception all harmful actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Of the qualities of the victorious ones and their heirs, you are the sovereign. Lord Protector, in your example, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with trust and faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma wisdom methods, amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others. I will, for as long as countless realms of beings continue, follow in the wake of your example, Lord Protector. I dedicate all this guidance of beings throughout space. O great treasure of wisdom and loving kindness, in whom all sources of refuge converge, please and give most excellent and precious refuge in these corrupt and evil times. I am afflicted by the spread of the five degenerations, obstacles of judgment and emotional tendency. I pray to you with great longing to recall your child with loving kindness. Summon forth the dynamic compassion from the vastness of your enlightened intent, and grant your blessings to my devoted heart. I pray swiftly show signs and indications that there is progress with these methods, and please confer the most excellent and ordinary cities. The word excellent applies to your wisdom mind, and the ordinary accomplishments apply to the transformation of your drama world. Hum. I'm going to chant Hum 10 times. It's called the 10 hooks of purification. 3 are for your body, speech, and mind. 4 of your body, speech, and mind accomplishing coming together. And three of the results of those, of the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya being your body, speech, and mind. Boom, 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 boom. And that teaching was given to us by Namkai Norbu Rinpoche, one of my most desirable teachers, and he's here in my heart chakra with Lama Rinchen. Please summon forth the dynamic compassion from the vastness of your enlightened intent, and grant all your transmissions and blessings to my divided heart, so that I may swiftly show signs and intention. Confer all of these excellence and ordericities right now in this place. Hung on the northwest border of the country of Kashmir or Oregon, in the pollen heart of a lotus, marvelous is the perfection of your attainment. You are known as the lotus born and surrounded by an infinite circle of many Dakini. By following your footsteps, I pray that you come to confer your blessing. Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Now we're going to do the mantra of Padmasambhava, and I present it in different ways. You choose which one you like. But the simplest one is Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. 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 Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma 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 Siddhi Hum. Now that group, that Lama, Lama is present in every Lama, man or woman. Is the essence of all the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha and all the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism. Without him, we wouldn't have this, what's going on tonight. And also his consort, Yeshe Sogyal, who spread the teachings after he left Tibet and returned to Bhutan to his consort there. So her name, Sogyal. Om Ahum Vajragu Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Pema Dakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajradakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi. Om Ahum Vajragu Pemadakini Siddhi. Om Ahum Vajragu Pemadakini Siddhi. Om Ahum Vajragu Pemadakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi. Om Ahum Vajragu Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi. Om Ahum Vajragu Yeshe Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Padmadakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Padmadakini Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Padma Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajragu Padmadakini 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 Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Hey. That was one round of the mala, 108 recitation. 100 is for the 100, what we call symbols in each of the 5 dhyana Buddhas, with their consorts makes 200 in each. Times 5 is 1,000 deity yoga practices relating to the mala of 108. But 5 of those added to the mala are the 5 dhyana Buddhas with their, what we call consort energy of the 5 elements. And the last 3 are the development with all of that to your body, speech, and mind. That said, now we move into the accomplishment phase of this practice. So all deity yogas, all 2000s, not one better than the other. They all sum up all the teachings of the Buddha, and they all support all the other teachings and lineages of all the lamas, men and women. That said, all the sentient beings in the universe accomplish in your mind, with the blessings of these 2, Padmasambhava and Yeshe Sogyal, to equal their level of realization, which has no restriction. It's infinite. And infinite intelligence develops from this. So you overcome the stupid intelligence of the drama world and accomplish the infinite intelligence of your natural mind. You do that by simply dissolving all sentient beings into you as Padmasambhava and Yeshe Surya. Because they were the benefit of this practice. Then all these deities become Padmasambhava, all these humans, animals, spirits, become Padmasambhava and Yeshe Surya. Then you dissolve your visualization of you as the Lama and consort into the mantra. Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Siddhi Hum. Then the mantra, all mantras of this Padmasambhava, Yeshe Surya, all of them dissolve one by one into the Hum. Then the Hum, circled by a 5-colored sphere of light, about the size of your thumbnail, if you can visualize that small, in your heart chakra, shrink to a tiny particle of light and enter into the dimension of space, which is the unbounded energy of our universe of infinite light, whether it be outside or inside in your mind. So that particle connects you to the infinite light of boundless space, and no meditation. Simply relax in your true nature with no subject, no I, me, mine, or soul, no object, and no activity. To sum this up, no judgment. Simply stay present and contemplate space. Why is there no self, soul, or I, or me? It's because you're not letting your body dictate. Why is there no object? Since there's no I, me, or mine, there is no emotional program to connect to anything. And since this is in your speech, the vibration of that is the lack of activity. No, I did this or I accomplished that. None of that is necessary. Dissolve all the emanations of your body's 5 tendencies: seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling. Don't let them carry away. And all the outer activity of the drama world, this and that, past and future, good and bad, friends and enemies. Don't let them take it away. Once those two are gone, the activity of the mind settles into voidness. Bliss, it's called. Of what? The Lama's mind and your mind as the energy of the entire universe and everyone in it. In that infinite position, there is no goal. That's why Lama Tenzin will always be sitting on my left shoulder. Body or no body. That's called loving kindness. And it's the antidote to everything. Every negative tendency in our drama mind. Now, in Tibetan Buddhist practice, we have levels of development in the Bodhisattva training program. And so, Lama Rinchen was the DI, drill instructor. The power of this developing in Hawaii from 1982 to now. That's a long time. And he became my root Lama in 1977. And he took over from Kalo Rinpoche, who was my first Lama to teach me the Dharma. And so we are going to do one of the 6 yogas. Now these are advanced yogas that have to do with all the deities of the 5 Dhyana Buddhas. And you must understand, you have this word number 3 comes up a lot. You have 3 aspects of your being, or 3 levels of development. And when we say that, is that the deity is dealing with the inner mind's transformation. Reprogramming is the best word, like your computer. Putting in a good word, software to replace the hardware. Because we're hardwired with our computer mind of egocentric BS. So this deity deals with the program of the mind transforming into the bliss nature.
What deity?
That's called the Dharmakaya. Okay, but in Tibetan Buddhism, these deities, since they're applied to all the sentient beings in all the 6 realms of the entire universe, we have what we use to train the mind, the Dharmakaya. And the Dharmakaya is the mind of the teacher that shows us that we have this unlimited application with this program. Unlimited apps come with the program. That's Dharmakaya. And that's based on the creation sound of whatever deity you're using. For instance, we use for Padmasambhava Hum, which is the same sound for Medicine Buddha. And I can think of Avalokiteshvara and many applications. When we use this Hum sound, it means there's no separation. Yes, you have this nature. Yes, you have this nature. But they're not separate. And the infinite world of sentient beings is infinite, never goes away. But never say never, because everything's changing all the time. So what we're developing here is the creation sound, how the energy vibrates, and that affects our consciousness, the drama mind consciousness. Then the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya take place in the man or woman who is the teacher of these 5 Dhyana Buddhas, 5 elemental healing methods, breathing with Om Ah Hum, everything that we do. And so whatever deity you're using is every other deity. So you can't say one is better than the other, but individually applied, we're all different. We're all equal. Heaven, animal world, demons, deprived spirits, war gods and goddesses, equal. No good, no bad, no high or low, just ignorant, deluded. So these 3, the Dharmakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and the Namanakaya, are the mind of the Lama transmitted through the 3 sounds Om Ah Hum. Now back to the higher 6 yogas. So you learn all these different practices, then they tell you, well, with this particular practice, you can learn how to die, leave the body, because you can't die. Consciousness never goes away. Mind and consciousness. Timeless, just like the universe. So what to do? So the deity is the app of the 3 sounds transmitted to you as the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya, energy of the Lama's mind, body, and speech into your body, mind, body, and speech. And it was an automatic transmission with Padmasambhava because of these dangerous times that we've entered into. I mean, everything's going south and fast. That means deteriorating. And so to accomplish one of these 6 advanced yogas. We can do it with the Chenrezig practice.
Are you going to say what the 6 yogas are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the Chenrezig practice of the 6 yogas is called Powa, consciousness transference. And that and leaving the body yoga into the realm of Kachari, which is a Dakini of space, is the other one. So those two are practiced in retreat so that when you are ready to leave your body, which is easy to see because you can't eat anymore, you can't drink anymore, you can't control your heat, you can't think, right? You can't breathe, and you're out. But this Powa is not concerned with that. Powa means when you leave this body, consciousness in the state of Mahamudra bliss enters into the Dakini energy of the next life, which is the spirit world. And the spirits rule from heaven to hell and in between. They rule the animal and human world. But they cannot attain wisdom. They are not intuitive. So when we deal with this, you can only do this in the human condition. So this yoga of Powa is called consciousness transference to take place spontaneously at the moment of leaving the body. And that's a good thing. Now those two, the deathless yoga and the Powa, which we're going to do with the Chenrezig practice, are to deal with that state of being, of existence in the human condition. The next two are called the Powa of sleep and dream.
Powa?
The consciousness, the advanced yoga of sleep and dream, sleep yoga and dream yoga. And these are to deal with that state being a bodhisattva. So you deal with going to sleep with the deity of clear light or space. And I use Amitabha. Any of the Buddhas work, but Amitabha is the best, easiest to access. Then the clear light of sleep develops into the state of the ability to do the deity yoga of whatever deity you accomplish as a wisdom in the sleep state. That's the 2 for sleep and dream. So we got 2 for death and dying, 2 for sleep and dream. Now those 4 are very similar because the mind's accessing the illusory nature. The illusory nature of what? The sleep and dream state and the death and dying state as being similar. Oh. So now we want to deal with the waking state. And you all know what that is. When you came out of your mother's bodies, you woke up and found a nipple. But what I'm talking about is the wake up in the morning that you're in the human condition. And that is what all deity yoga is, to transform into its illusory nature so you know and realize that it's an illusion, that it's like a dream. It's like a reflection of the sun or the moon in water. And to go with that, all deity yogas, you can do the Tumo practice of the Tara. Those two work together in the human condition to bring you quickly to understand your true nature and how to use it. So Powa and Tumo is the heat yoga of the red Tara, Pema Chondro. So I've explained the 6 highest yogas of tantric practice. Now we did all of these in retreat. And I can tell you that the last four, the dream and sleep yoga and the death and dying yoga, the retreat made it easy. But I found out that after retreat, there's so much distraction in the drama world. I had a hard time with the dream yoga and could only accomplish the Powa, which is what we're going to do tonight. And when I do the deity yogas, I can easily accomplish Tumo, which is how to control the energy of the heat element in your body. In Tibet, they use it to stay not only warm-hearted, but warm. Okay, so now for Powa. Kri. Kri is the infinite aspect of light. It's what you use to get out of the boundary of your emotional, controlled, judgmental, drama mind. Easiest access, okay? So we'll move Lama Tenzin over here. And we'll take this one away. And we'll move into the easiest to accomplish of all of the 1,000 deities of the 5 Dhyana Buddha. And Kala Rinpoche and Lama Rinchen says, this is the primary app and the basis for all tantric deity practice, Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya, whatever level. The seed oval is free. The basis of the seed oval is space. So I'm going to put that there because space and light are inseparable. Now in Hinduism, they fixate on these two. They're heavenly realms of Shiva and Brahma. But we don't fixate them. We just use the 3 wills and go to bliss. So knowing that, the transmission is going to take place with the Om Ahum, and the deity will be Chenrezi, and I have the practice. So we'll start the practice, then we'll do the Powa. We've already done the refuge, which we sound the seed syllable Kri 10 times. Kri, 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 body, speech, and mind. All coming together in practice. Kri, 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 Kri. Accomplishing the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya mind of the teacher. Kri, Kri, Kri. Then we start the practice. Bodhisattva Chenrezi, whose white body is not clothed by any fault, whose heart is adorned by the perfect Buddha Amitabha. You look upon all beings with the eyes of altruistic compassion. To you, Chenrezi, my Lama, I pay homage. Then we have the 7 branches of this practice. To the Sublime One, the mighty Chenrezi, to all the Buddhas, their sons and daughters, who reside in the 10 directions and 3 times, with complete sincerity, I pay homage. I make offerings of water, flower, incense, butter lamps, perfume, food, music, and real and imaginary objects in practice, and so forth. and beseech this noble assembly of refuge to accept them. I confess all unskillful action caused by the power of unstable conflicting emotion, especially the 10 unvirtuous deeds and the 5 sins of limitless consequence done from beginningless time until now. I rejoice in the spiritual merit of whatever virtue Sravakas, Praktikas, and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and ordinary beings gathered throughout the 3 times. I pray the Dharma wheel of the Mahayana, Hinayana, and Vajrayana, which is the teachings on Vojnas common to both, be turned in accordance with the wishes and aptitudes of every sentient being. I beseech the Buddhas not to pass into nirvanic states as long as samsara is not empty, but look upon us with altruistic compassion and loving kindness, all sentient beings who wallow in this ocean of pain and suffering. May whatever merit I have accumulated be the cause of enlightenment for these beings. May I quickly become a good example as a teacher and leader of beings. I pray to you as the Lama Chenrezi. I pray to you as the living Chenrezi. I praise you as the Lama and yet of inseparable Chenrezi. I pray to you the perfect wisdom of my natural mind, Chenrezi. I pray to you the Bodhisattva of loving kindness, Chenrezi. Great compassionate Victor, please hold us with your compassion. Numberless beings who wander in endless samsara. There is no other refuge than you, protector. Please bestow the blessing to obtain omniscient Buddhahood. Now, you must understand that karma of the 6 realms, everybody has, okay? But it's 6-fold. And this karma causes you to keep generating rebirth in these painful realms, including heaven, because heaven is not permanent. So if you have the karma of the hell beings, that comes from hatred, anger, and abusive nature. If you have the karma of hungry ghosts, that comes from greed, never satisfied. If you have the karma of stupidity, that comes from animals. They can never experience their true nature. The power of accumulating negative karma of human realm comes from neediness on all levels. The power of accumulating negative karma of demigods comes from abusive nature, never getting enough, and jealousy, envy. And then the karma from beginning this time of heavenly gods and goddesses, I think is probably the worst. Arrogance, extreme arrogance, pride, and the need to be adored, called aggrandizement. And since there is no permanence to these realms, even the gods fall to lower realms. And we cycle with our emotional program through these 6 realms. And you can't find a beginning to it. And if you don't connect to the kindness of the Lama, you can't find an end to it. So this is Chenrezi, is Powa. How do you do this? This is the seed syllable of the mantra. Om Ma Ni Pe Me Hum. In Sanskrit, Om Ma Ni Pad Me Hum. However you say this mantra, it's to purify the 6 realms. We're going to do the Chenrezi practice to accomplish the Chenrezi Powa. And I'm also give you a little transmission of the other lineage of Tibetan Buddhism based on 2 Dakinis that founded the Shangpa Kagyu, Neguma and 6 Sukhasiddhis, who are the Taras of our lineage. So you can use Tara or Chenrezi mantra seed syllable and visualization of the deity for this Powa. So we're going to start. First, the Lama in front sends 3 lights into you. 1 for your body, 1 for your speech, 1 for your mind. Inside your body, Om Ahuk appears. Then the Lama melts into you, you become Chenrezi, and the Om Ahum come together in your heart chakra as the 3 wills, as the seed syllable, Shri. Now this Shri, this creation sound, is used in the practice of Powa. And I'll explain that when we get to that part of consciousness transference into the state of clear light, Amitabha. So sit with your back straight, hands comfortable, mouth closed, eyes open in front, head tilted. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bring the 3 lights, Om Ahum, into your heart chakra and create the Shri. Then you send light out from the Shri to the 6 realms, heavenly realms, war god realm, deprived spirits, and hell realms, and then to every planet where animals and humans take birth. And every one of these sentient beings becomes Chenrezi as you chant this mantra. Om, Ma, Ni, Pe, Mi, Hum. If you're in India, it's Om, Ma, Ni, Pod, Mi, Hum. Or do Tibetan. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. To the heavenly realms, all Chenrezi, Om mani padme hum. To the war and war goddess realm of heaven, all Chenrezi. To the heavenly realm of the human world, Om mani padme hum. To the animal world, Om mani padme hum. To the deprived spirit world, hungry ghosts and so forth, Om mani padme hum. To the demon gods of abusive nature, hatred, anger, and rage, all of that, Om mani padme hum. Then the Shri from your heart, all 6 realms are now the realm of the Potala of Chenrezi, the energy of bliss, applied to the Dharma world and placing you in your natural mind. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Hri. Now Hri is the antidote of Chenrezig, as all 1,000 deities emanating in 5 Buddha fields, to all of your negativity, body, speech, and mind, transformed into the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya of the mind of your Lama. That Lama's kindness. And all the Lamas and all the lineages equal. Do this. Now, without changing the sound of the mantra that you put out and all the realms purified, and you resting in the Shri in your heart center, take the Shri and place 2 of them, one in front of each eye. Shri, Shri. Then 1 closing each ear. Shri, Shri. Then 2 in front of each nostril. Shri, Shri. Then 1 in front of the mouth. Shri. So these upper orifices are closed. Then for men, the bottom 2 orifices. Shri, Shri. For women, the bottom 3 orifices. Shri, Shri, Shri. Now, with all of that in place, we can activate consciousness transference into the Buddha realm of Amitabha, which is the Kagyu method. And then we'll do that, and then I'll show you how to do it into space, which is that's the Karma Kagyu method. Then I'll show you the Shankpa Kagyu method using Tara. So you have 3 in front of each orifice. Now focus on the Shri in your heart center, and the Buddha above your head symbolizing the boundless light of infinite space. He's called the Buddha of infinite light. Infinite is the world you are leaving of drama, and infinite is the world of no drama you're going to. To accomplish that, focus on the Shri in your heart in the central channel of your life force. Runs from the Uma at the back of your head down to your sex chakra, just below the navel. Focus on the Shri, send it up, out the top of your head, into the heart center of the symbol of Amitabha Buddha. To do that, you have to chant the Shri. It goes like this. Shri. So you have H-R-I-K. So you heard that ink. That means it's there. Again. Shri. Then to bring it back down, you chant Ah. Now it's firmly back in your heart center. Your orifices are all closed. You can only leave through this one, the top of the Uma channel. Again. Breathe. The infinite light of space, Amitabha. Again. I did it fast. Breathe. Take your time. Contemplate infinite light of space. Your next life. Infinite potential. The sound of energy. Bring it all back down into your heart center, heart mind of the deity. Chenrui Z. Again. Breathe. 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 Again. Breathe. Breathe. So each time you're returning with the infinite energy and potential of that Buddha realm into your own mind's consciousness. And when you do this in moment of death, there's no coming back. But in practice, you don't want to leave your mind in space. That's not appropriate. You only do that at the end of deity yoga, which we haven't finished the deity yoga yet. We're still the deity. So at the leaving the body, you would stay in the heart center of the symbol of Amitabha. But for now, breathe. Keep your focus on the heart chakra with the three. Then women bring the three lower threes, and the men the two lower threes of those orifices into the heart chakra. Then bring the one in front of the mouth, then the two in front of the nose, then the one blocking each ear, and the two of the eyes. All of these merge, all these sense faculty orifices merge with the tree. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Om. Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum. Then bring your mind filled of Chenrezis, equal to the entire universe of space. All the God and Goddess realms, pleasure, light, and space, all of them into your heart chakra. All the demigods and goddess, war gods, and so forth. Then all the demon gods and goddesses of the hell realm, Chenrezi, into your heart. Then all the deprived spirits into your heart. These are all infinite in number, by the way. Then all the animal world, infinite in number. Then all the needy humans in the entire universe, that's Chenrezi. Then your heart filled with love and kindness for all these sentient beings. Your central symbol as Chenrezi disappears into the mantra, the sixth syllable, Om, Ma, Ni, Pa, Me, Hum. And starting with the Om, each syllable, one by one, disappears into the Kri. In this state of clear light, the Kri, and it's surrounded by a 5-color sphere of light, expands to the totality of space, boundless, timeless, no meditation, no subject, no object, no activity. Rest in the ultimate nature of voidness, bliss. Don't block body sensations or thoughts. They don't exist. They arise and disappear into the past. Don't let them take you to past or future. Simply stay present, natural, in harmony with the universe and everybody in it. Non-judgmental mind is bliss. In this dimension of practice, the accomplishment stage of tantric practice, you are actually in your next life. There is no such thing as future. There is no such thing as past. And you can't find the present. With deity yogas and the 6 yogas of Niguma and Siddhi and the 6 yogas of Tilopa and Aropa, you can experience your future all the time. Timeless awareness. Om Amitabha Deva Hui. 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 So you arise from this practice as Chenrezig. Between practice sessions, everybody is Chenrezig. All sound is the mantra of Mani Padme Hum. The energy program is that of the Bodhisattva training. No problem. Now, a lot of practitioners only practice one yidam. And it can be, the other yidam is the consort energy of the peaceful male deity is Tara. She is all 5 elemental Taras, earth, water, fire, air, and space. She's all 5 levels of Dakinis, Bodhisattva Dakinis, heavenly Dakinis, war and war god Dakinis, demigod, human Dakinis, and the elemental spirit Dakini. Now, those are all the Tara. So some of the people ask, how would you do the Powa as Tara? So Neguma and Sukhasiddhi says, use the green Tara, or use the white Tara, or whatever color Tara the Lama has taught you. I'm going to use the white Tara of the space with the Tara mantra. And this is the vibration of that. This is the mother element space, which is the nature of your natural mind to start with. Now we're going to do the Powa the same way you did the Chenrezig. Lama's 3 lights come into you, the Lama melts into you, you become Tara. The Om on Hum transform into your heart chakra and become Tom or Vam, space element. I'm going to use space. Then you sound the mantra of Tara 21 times and then do the white Tara. Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha. You and all 6 realms are Tara. Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, 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 Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha. Now you're all 21 Taras and the 5 elements of Tara and the consort of all the 1,000 deities of the 1,000 armed Chenrezig. Now you go to the space Tara mantra. The Vam in your heart center, 8-spoked wheel is the, as we call it, the 8 worldly dharmas purify, praise and blame, disgrace and fame, pleasure and pain, loss and gain. Then the hub of the wheel is this mantra. No, the hub is the sound Vam. The wheel itself is this mantra. Say it, and then all the realms become purified. All 6 realms. She is the Tara of the 7 eyes, 1 in the head, 2 in the face, 1 in the palm of each hand, and 1 on the bottom of each foot. She's watching all 6 realms and her own mind consciousness 24/7. Om Tara Tutari Turi Om Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutari Turi Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tar Tar Churi Mama Ayu Punijana Bhukti Guru Soha. Now, you have the Vam or the Tom. You can use either symbol. I use, that's Tom. You can use that or Vam for this Powa. You're green or white tar. If you're green, you use Tom. If you're white tar, which we just used, you use the space sound in your heart center. Then the bomb goes in front of each eye, blocks each ear, blocks both nostrils, blocks the mouth, and then for women, 3 lower orifices closed, and for men, the 2 lower. Once you've accomplished that, then you as white tar with the bomb do the Powa into space. No symbol necessary. This is your heart symbol, energy, sound. But this is timeless, limitless awareness. This is your existence in a body or not, in form or not. Focus on the tone, Vam in your heart center. Vam. Beep. Ka energy, female energy of the universe. Ka, and the sea cell will firmly placed back in the heart chakra.
It's Ka.
Ka. Ka up. Ka is the vibration of the Tara of space, but you can say Ah or Ka, either one. But Negum and Sukha City, this is their method. Again, visualize the space sound. Vam. Ka. No boundary, only light and space, both together.
Oh, no Buddha above.
No Buddha symbol, no symbol.
Oh, okay.
You're entering into the infinite potential of your natural mind, non-judgmental mind. Vam. Ka. Vam. Ka. Vam. Ka. So you're entering into that dimension and taking that infinite energy back into your heart mind. One more time. Vam, Ka. Now, if you're out of your body, actually, you don't come back down. You go Vam, and you've entered into the womb of Kachar, or the body of light, or everything you see or think. Kemakandru. So Kachari. Excuse me, Vam Pe. Vam Hong Pe. Om Kachari. Vam Hong Pe. Say that. Om Kachari. Vam Hong Pe. Om Kachari. Vam Hong Pe. Om Kachari. Vam Hong Pe. So you are with that, no future. You've already arrived. Your natural mind is your next life. No problem. Then return all of the trees, all of the Vams into the central one. 3 lower ones for women, 2 for men into this one. The one in front of the mouth, the 2 in front of the nose, the 2 in front of the eyes, and the 2 in front of each ear, all into this one. Then all sentient beings, just as white tar into you, all 6 rounds. Then you as white tar disappear into the seat soluble Vam, or into the hub of the wheel with the 8 spokes, either way. Then all the sounds of the mantra disappear into the seed soluble Vam. And it contracts to a tiny particle of light which merges with the light of boundless space, and you're home in bliss, Mahamudra. No subject, no object, no activity, no judgment about whatever arises. Then reappear as the Tara, the Yidam of your choice, whichever color code you're using, whatever mantra. Everybody between sessions is Tara, all sound is her mantra. All your activity is her activity. There is a warning on Powa. Once you've got this orifice closing procedure and you're doing the transference into space or into the Buddha Amitabha, It says 7 times a day is enough. If you do too many times, then maybe some problem at the opening of the Uma. But in retreat, with the Lama's guidance, you can do many times. And when you do it in retreat that way, you actually create an opening, which is not necessary for daily practice. You're just preparing for the event of you leaving. That means you'll already be in the next life that way. 7 times a day. You can do it under any conditions. I do it when I'm driving. Kind of weird. I mean, I'm up above the car. In any case, keep it simple. Your choice, Tara Chenrezi. Chenrezi is Karma Kagyu, Tara Shenkpa Kagyu. Neguman Sukasiti, or Chalopa Naropa. One is nature of mind is bliss, the other is nature of mind is voidness. No different. Of course, dedicate the merit to all sentient beings that they gave Mahamudra enlightenment in Buddhahood in this life. All of them, in your mind. I'm going to read you the 8 thoughts of a great bodhisattva, which is my root Lama Kala Rinpoche. By the power of the truth of the great compassion of all the excellent objects that we take refuge in, and by the power of this merit of virtuous activity and pure altruistic application, may I completely remove every misery of all living beings who fill the sky. By the perfect virtue of this world and of nirvana, may the hopes and desires of all beings be fulfilled according to their wishes, appropriate wishes. May my own body, flesh, blood, skin, and so forth appropriately benefit all beings, especially those I have relationships with. May the misery of all my old mothers, all living beings, come upon me. May all my happiness and virtue may be realized by them. For as long as I remain in this world, may there never arise, even for the instant, the thought of harming others or my environment. And for the sake of living beings, may I energetically insert myself, not slacking for even an instant. In this way, by the power of virtuous actions and the love and kindness of my lamas and my parents to me, and the teachings on bodhicitta, and my commitment to all my Vajra sisters and brothers, and the excellent connection between myself and all men and women, and all possessions, even those of animals of beasts or burdens from which I take milk and yogurt to drink, and the animals whose flesh and blood I eat. To all of these, without leaving one behind, may they quickly reach the sublime, perfect state of Buddhahood. May they become my students in future lives, and if born a woman, may they be my children. Om, 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 om. Kewadi Nerduda, Chagya Champo Jugderne, Towa Shinki Malupa, Dei Sala Goparsho, Sanjay Kusam Nimpa Jimlada, Choni Magur Dimpa Jimlada, Gentu Miche Dumpa Jimlati, Chita Goma Momom Ju Parsho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly accomplish, bring all sentient beings to this state by virtue of my practice. By the blessing of the 3 bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, that's us, being unwavering, may this and all dedication prayers be fulfilled. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. May all sentient beings be removed from suffering, established in good health, acquire the state of bliss with our advice, and all become emotionally stable, free of attachment, aversion, delusion, pride, jealousy, fear, anxiety, and depression, etc., etc. Tucci Che, thank you.